All right, so we are at North Bay Park. I came in on the east entrance, and we're gonna walk down to the park. It takes a minute to get down there. It's this paved path. If you look straight ahead, you can actually cut across there too, but I just walked the paved path. So it can be easier to walk the paved path, but side path up there. It's a little trail that cuts across, and that's more because it's flat. It stays steady across. This paved path comes down and then goes kind of back up a tiny bit. So some people prefer that, but not everyone. You also see a lot of these little side culvers, little trails that go down to the lake there. I mean, they only go down like 6-10 feet or whatever, but they go down to the lake. A lot of people go fishing there. You'll see a lot of people doing fishing in those little offshoot trails. There's a nicer one up here that I'm actually going to go down to be able to see the lake and shit. So, but it's a nice day out. Beautiful day out. We'll see how the lake looks. You'll see a lot of not around this part of the park, but as we get into the actual boardwalk, you'll see a lot of birds, a lot of ducks and geese and swans and other stuff of that nature. In the little middle section, there's some carp. So we'll see what we can find today and get some good video, good times on the trail and stuff. So it's really close to where I live, so I enjoy coming here as much as I can. It's a good loop. It's a nice walk. You get a lot of steps in. So, and on days like this, it's just, you know, it's worth coming out here. So. I didn't see a ton of cars in the parking lot. It was mine and three others. So we might see a couple people. Like I said, I came in from the east entrance. There's a west entrance too, which is the main entrance. So there might be a good amount of people from over there too. We'll see when we get up to the loop, but we're gonna go bow down here. This is one of those offshoots. This is one of the more popular ones or busier ones. It's paved at the top here. It comes to dirt at the bottom, but we'll see if anyone's down here. People just ahead, from what I can tell. But this is part of Ford Lake. So it wraps up. There's some people fishing out there, but it wraps up that way and goes to the east until it hits a little river section of the Huron River again, and then that feeds into Belleville Lake that you'll find further out. But beautiful little lake, nice little spot, a lot of wildlife. Unfortunately, the only downside to this park is that's right next to the freeway. Where I parked, actually, the parking lot I parked in used to be an off-ramp from 94 here onto Grove Street, or Grove Road, the one that this little parking lot is off of. There used to be a freeway exit there, and they shut down the freeway exit but used the off-ramp to make this parking lot for this park. Like I said, this is east though. When you look out right there, you can see the main loop around. It's a bunch of little small little islands that have bridges connecting them, and then a boardwalk, and that's the main walk around. And then when you get to the west side entrance, there's a patio area with like a grill, and then a little park for kids, a field for some soccer or something. But beautiful though. So this is what I was saying, that so like right here, you can hear all these cars going by, right by the freeway. I'm maybe like 10 feet away from the freeway. It's over here through this section. Unfortunately, a lot of trash collects in there. It's another one of the downsides about this park. It's a beautiful place, but a lot of trash collects behind this fence here to the right. But this whole little stretch is the walkway that goes into the main part of the park. And I'd say that's why less people park on this side, because it's a little bit of a longer walk. But the other side's, I guess the other side's a little bit of a walk too. You have to come down the little hillside and then do a little bit of a walk in. So either way, you're doing a tiny bit of a walk. But we're gonna walk up here and see what's gonna be up here when we get to the first bridge. So, because we have goodness, you probably go over like 5 bridges, little archway bridges, and those just go over parts of the lake when you get over to the main area over here. But this first one goes over to the inlet to this lake where the river hits the lake, and actually Huron River joins with Ford Lake here. So this gives you a real good look at how close the freeway is, because here's this bridge right here. There's the barrier for the freeway. You're gonna see cars coming by. So I mean, you're right off the freeway here. Yeah, a lot of people fishing here, a lot of people biking, you'll see. Here, we'll stop over here. I don't usually stop at this one, but it's a little, you know, dock over here that you can go. No swimming, no diving. Clean up your litter. So you can kind of see where this goes, though. As I continue on the main trail there, it loops around to this section, you hit the bridge, and then you island hop a tiny bit over this way. But beautiful little lake, great place to come walk. There's a little side trail, but it gets overgrown around this time of year, so we're just gonna take the main walk. Good place. You can come have a picnic here, walk this main trail, do the loop, maybe do some bird watching. Like I said, there is an absolute shit ton of birds that find their way around here, so got a couple of ducks and geese over here. They're not gonna like me walking over here, so there's a couple swans out in the distance too. Maybe we can see them up closer when we get to the other side there on the boardwalk, but a little far out for the camera right now. So sometimes you'll be walking through here and you'll get kind of stopped by birds because you'll get a bunch of geese, or sometimes you have a swan or two, a bunch of ducks, whatever it might be. You know, geese are probably the ones that are the worst about it, but congregate, don't know what I'm saying. They congregate on the trail and, you know, kind of huddle on the trail and block the path. And it's a toss-up with geese. You never know. If you start walking towards them like that, it's either they're going to get defensive or they're going to run off and, you know, get out of your way. So it's kind of a 50-50 head or coin toss. But looking like we're pretty clear today. It's been pretty solid. Not many birds on the trail. Not a ton of people either. It's pretty peaceful. Like I was saying, it's just that noise from the freeway right here that makes it hard. Probably can't see the carp, but there you go, carp swimming away. Get a good amount of them in here. You see a lot of them on the other side that are, you know, eating off the ground there, so. So I mean, nice little spot. Come out to like over here if you want to. You can hang out. You could watch the sun rise at some points, or set if you wanted to. Rise over there, set over there. You could also launch like a little paddleboard if you have an inflatable paddleboard, or a kayak if you wanted to do something like that from out here. I mean, you have to get it out here. I think an inflatable something would probably be easier than a hard surface kayak or something, but nice little spot. It's beautiful and great with the breeze out today, so we're getting there though. We are coming up to the last two bridges, bridge or two one or two. I don't know if there's, I can't remember. There might be two. I think there's two before technically we're at the boardwalk, because you have this one coming up right here, and then you have one more after that, which actually takes you, like, it connects to the boardwalk, but it takes you to the little platform where there's the lookout. So we'll see if the lookout's open. Sometimes they have it closed for repairs and stuff. Go up to the top of that. It's a short, I mean, it's a one-story thing, but you can go up to the top of it and look out over the lake. So excuse me. Just a nice, beautiful little trail, though. Just love being by the water, out in the sun. You know, just put a smile on your face. Watch some nature go by, some animals and stuff. Just watch the leaves blow in the wind. Enjoy some birds. Enjoy the sound of the wind. Whatever it might be, anything. It's a nice little spot for it, I promise. Alright, there's a little family, so we're going to sit down for a minute until this family goes by. Oh, hang out. Enjoy the water, like I was saying. Alright, so beautiful spots where you can sit down, just let the water come up, listen to the waves, enjoy the smell of some fresh air. But we're going to walk over this bridge. Like I said, it connects to this boardwalk and to this little island where there's the lookout right here. So we're going to go up on top of the lookout since it's open, go and check that out. Some of this is older, so you do got to be, I mean, be careful coming up here. And then coming off the south side of this park, obviously there's water. Here's your boardwalk, but you got the golf course over here, which is Eagle Crest, I believe is the name of it. I don't really play golf, so I don't know if it's a nice park. It looks like a nice little golf course, but I am not sure. But yeah, some great views from up here. You can see some awesome views, at least of this main pond area with where the boardwalk goes around. You can watch some golf if you want to do that also, because there is generally people golfing out here on nice days. So all right, we're gonna head down and continue on with the boardwalk. So we might also be able to see some cool little turtles and stuff hanging out on some logs. It definitely looks like we're going to see some swan coming up on the other side, at least a handful of them. They might be nesting over here. We don't go close to their nests or anything, but they'll chill in the water over in this area because their nests are over here. And it looks like there's a good 10 of them, maybe. We'll see when we get over there, but that's coming up to the other end of the boardwalk where it connects back to the land on the other side. And for now, we're just gonna enjoy the walk and the water and the breeze and the views, some greenery. I'm sure you can't see it in the video because it's pretty small, but like dead center there, you actually have a single turtle. You have a single turtle on a stick or a log that's poking out of the water, hanging out and just by himself. Another couple on that one right there, hanging out, enjoying themselves. And then looks like you got a bigger guy up here. We'll see if we can see him. Little painter turtle, maybe? I think that's what a lot of them are in the lake here. I don't know if you guys can see him hanging out on that log there. He's a pretty good sized guy. He got his legs all stretched out. You get a lot of them. A lot of them hanging out and, you know, sunbathing, trying to warm up as much as they can for the day. Couple more over here. There's one right at the base here. There's one further out, which is harder to see, but a couple more guys. Any of you ever have turtles as pets when you were growing up, or have one currently? We rescued a little painter turtle that was all by itself on the side of the road one year, and we had that guy for a good, I want to say like 8 years maybe. His name was Dollar because he was about the size of a dollar coin when we found him, but he ended up living a pretty good life, I'll have to say. He had this little tank that was, you know, it's land and water, and got to do a little bit of both. Some good food. But man, oh man, I just love coming here and looking out on the water. You get all the lilies that come over to the one side of the pond here. But you'll get some people still fishing over here. You get a lot of carp over here, so we'll see what we can see. There's, like I said, tons of swans coming up. We'll see what they're doing too. Got to be calm around the swans. They're kind of definitely assholes. We got a little harder to see, but you got a couple of turtles right here, and a couple more on the end up there. I think this one might be a snapper turtle. The one right here on the boat side. The rest are painters. But he had something in his mouth, like a little fly or something, when I first walked up, so it's a good day to be relaxing, getting some food, getting some sun. It's about 72 out right now, and beautiful, a little breeze. Not too muggy, even though it's been rainy recently. It's gorgeous. So get a lot you get a lot too, the little plovers and stuff like that flying around. Get some of them nesting around this area. We're coming up on where all those swans are, so we're gonna get some swan video. Hopefully they're not gonna murder me. See if I can find any carp first though. There's one over there, but it's hard to see. Oh, there's a good one. If y'all can see him coming up right here. I mean, they just hang out, man. They just like to clean, you know. It's a good fish to fish for. Not a great one to eat by any means. Not really supposed to eat them because they're bottom feeders, but great fish to fish for. And then there you go. Swanny guy. I think I was saying lots of, I don't know if you actually heard, because I think my GoPro froze, but tons of geese. It looks like they're all feeding right now. Or geese, swans, tons of swans. Geese are on the other side. And then handful of carp on this side, if we can possibly find them again. That there were hanging out. But I'm not sure where they ended up heading to. Or some geese, or some geese. I'm telling you, they're not geese, they're swans, but I keep saying geese, come on, I'm a dummy. Man, there's just a ton of swans out here. Some of them are looking kind of pissed off at me for recording them. Some of them look like they're just trying to get some food and stuff. Clean themselves and, you know, be out here enjoying the water, get some food, clean themselves, get some sun. See if we see one carp out there hanging out. It's kind of hard to see them. I'm sure it's harder in the video, but there's one right there too on the bottom. Always, you know, always eating, always eating. So tons of swans, some geese, some ducks, got some carp. You see some minnows swimming around. You get some plovers and other birds hanging out. So I mean, lots to see. Lots to see. A little beautiful, beautiful park, beautiful loop, nature area. Alright, so getting to the end of the boardwalk here. Don't know if there's many more critters and creatures up here at all. Definitely no swans, maybe some other birds, some carp, but end of this little boardwalk, end of the water here. We're going to loop back around through the semi-wooded area. Is that a bee's nest? That's crazy. It's hard to see. There's a hornet's nest on this tree up here. Big ass, dude. Size of a soccer ball or so. Cattails, some pretty purple flowers, maybe a bumblebee or two. And I love anything that's solid for pollination. Slippery, slippery. So there's a little low-lying section back there. on this part of the boardwalk. This is like the very end where, like I said, it connects back around into this wooded area. And we'll loop back around to the main trail that we came in on, the main paved area we came in on. And there was the end of the boardwalk there that goes over the tiny bit of the marshy area. And if you get a good rain or it floods at all, it can get real slippery, real muddy and slippery. I'm wearing Crocs, so they have no grip on the bottom right now. I had slip and slide around on these motherfuckers all day, especially if they are wet and stuff. I can slip around in them all day if they're wet. But I'm sure you can start to hear good old traffic from I-94 again. Good old freeway traffic, but there's also these little, it's called the Exer Trail, which is like these little stop stations. I think they might come out, I don't know if they do anymore, but I think they used to bring, like, you know, kids out here for a field trip or whatever it might be. And like I said, there's the pavilion patio thing on the other side, and you can have lunch there, and a field where you can play soccer or football or whatever it might be. But I think that they used to bring kids here, and I don't know if they still use the Exer Trail, but there are little like stations to do exercises at throughout the woods here. That last one was like double bars. This is pull-ups or something like that. I don't know. This one doesn't even have the sign. I don't know if it's still anything. It was something at one point. But now we're back to this little three-way intersection here where it kind of branches off. This is the trail we just took around and did the loop, and then we're walking this way, which is the main trail back to the east parking lot, or the east entrance to this park here. We'll have to see, though. I don't know how much I might have to recapture here or not. I was recording on the boardwalk there, and thought I was still recording and doing good, and I looked back at my screen and I was like, I don't think it's changed. And from what it looked like is my GoPro froze, or at least the screen froze. I'm gonna have to look at the video file to see if it kept recording or not, but looking at that little flock of geese that are swimming in the water together there. We're just coming under the bridge, so I figured I'd capture them as they came out from the other side. They're probably going to join some of their friends over on the islands over there, or on some of the sticks, so they can sunbathe as well. And then beyond that, I try not to record people too often. I just don't, you never know how someone walking by might feel about being recorded, so try to be courteous to people and kind of turn away if I can, or if there's a good stopping point or something of that nature. I don't always do it, but I try to be, like I said, courteous in some sense to people. Now we're on that main walk back to the east parking lot here. Instead of going down and around on the paved trail, I think I'm gonna just go up through the little cut across so you guys can see that as well. But appreciate you adventuring with me today. It's been a great day. It's beautiful out. Like I said, I can't ask for better weather to be outside in than this, but yeah, so paved trail. We're gonna do this cut across here. Just like I said, cuts pretty much straight to where the paved lot or the paved path goes into the parking lot. So we'll cut across there. I think it's a little service trail technically for like a truck to come back here if they need to. But I'm not 100% sure. Because there's this little antenna tower, power station thing here, maybe water, I'm not sure exactly what it is, but I believe that's what this trail is for, so a truck can drive back here to go to that. But we're getting there, and like I said, it's a little less down uphill type of stuff going on than the paved trail. The paved trail goes downhill to start and comes back up a little bit, and on your way back you have to go down a little bit and then hike uphill when you get back to the section that goes up to the parking lot. Alright, so we are back onto the paved trail. There's the main one. Back on the paved trail, and coming up is the parking lot up here. Getting really close to being at the end of all this. I'm not sure exactly how many steps it is or how long the distance is. I'd say maybe a mile or so, doing the whole loop and everything. Maybe a little bit longer because you have to do the walk-in. A mile and a half at the very most, but it's a really nice nice place to come and walk at. Come enjoy nature, enjoy some fresh air, enjoy the sunshine, and other tthan the car noise, enjoy some peace and quiet in some sense. You can kind of tell though, so I-94 is right there. This used to be an off-ramp that went to 94, and obviously just got kind of chopped in half, and now they're using it as this parking lot and my car. So I just want to say thank you for joining. I appreciate you coming out and adventuring with me today, and I'll see you next time on Let Us Hike.